Just before noon on a beautiful October day, I went for a ride from the end of Queen Street at Roncesvalles to Trinity Bellwoods Park. Let's get started. The photo is of the Queen Street Roncesvalles intersection in the 1960s. On the right, we're now passing the Parkdale Hall. It originally opened in 1920 as the Parkdale Theatre, a luxurious movie theatre. Here's a photo from 1947. The cinema closed in 1970. After that, it had many functions until it opened in 2020 as a multi-function venue. The church on the right is Our Lady of Lebanon, a Maronite Catholic church. The current church building was opened in 1911 as the Church of the Epiphany, an Anglican church. In 1983, the property was sold to the Maronite Catholic Church. The building on the left, where the F-45 gym is, used to be the Odeon Theatre. It opened in 1915. The photo is from 1919. On the right is a Toronto Hydro electrical substation, designed to look like an office building or a library. Here is a photo from 1947. This area of Toronto is known as Parkdale. It was a separate municipality until annexed by Toronto in 1889. Up ahead is the Queen Street Underpass, a short tunnel under several train tracks. Shown is a picture during its construction in 1898. Partway through the underpass is this bricked-up archway. This is the last remaining part of the now demolished Parkdale, also called Parkdale North, train station. On the left is the Gladstone Hotel. Built in 1889 as a luxury railway hotel, the distinctive roof cupola was removed during the 1940s due to disrepair. By the 1980s and 90s, the hotel was neglected and in poor condition. The Gladstone was renovated in the early 2000s and now operates as a boutique hotel and a center of the local art scene. A similar story to the Gladstone is the Drake Hotel. Opened in 1890 as Small's Hotel, the Drake fell into serious disrepair. It was renovated and reopened in 2004 as a luxury boutique hotel. On the right is 1117 Queen Street, a former Canada Post building built in 1908 and now slated for redevelopment. On the right is one of several public libraries funded by Andrew Carnegie. It opened in 1909. The building on the right is the Great Hall. Built in 1890 as the West End YMCA, it was the training base for famous long-distance runner Tom Longboat. In 1912, the YMCA decided to move to another location and sold the building to the Royal Templars of Temperance, a fraternal anti-alcohol organization. The hall was renovated in 2016 and is currently an event space. We are now passing CAMH, the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, the largest hospital of its kind in Canada. The Queen Street location first opened in 1850 as the Provincial Lunatic Asylum. Over the years, additional wings were added and newer buildings were constructed. The hospital changed names several times as views on mental illness evolved. The old asylum buildings were demolished in 1976. In this photo, you can see the old asylum shortly before it was demolished. CAMH was formed in 1998. The Queen Street site is now a series of very modern hospital buildings. On the right is TD Commons, known unofficially as White Squirrel Park. There is a sculpture of a white squirrel at the center of the park. This honors a legendary albino squirrel resident. And here are the gates to Trinity Bellwoods Park. This was the campus of Trinity College until it moved in 1925. The buildings were demolished in the 1950s. I hope to make a video about the park in the future. Thanks for watching.